42,000 calories. As a group, they will have drunk 42,000 bottles of water. That's a lot of calories and a lot of water. Examples of the future perfect. Ironman triathlon. The Ironman is the most grueling triathlon. The fittest of athletes will swim for 2.4 miles, bike for 112 miles, and then run a marathon, 26.2 miles. Participants will have been training for many months prior to the race, which officially ends after 17 hours. At that point, many racers won't have finished yet. Contestants who do finish, however, will have fulfilled a lifelong dream. Future perfect progressive and the future perfect. The Raid World Cup. The Raid is a multi-sport adventure race that takes place in a different country every year. Teams who complete the race will have had a great adventure, and they will have gained a broader cultural awareness. The race continues 24 hours a day. By the end of the course, most participants will have endured dehydration and sleep deprivation. We use the future perfect to talk about a future action that will already be completed by a certain time in the future. Athletes spend a lot of money on equipment, clothing, and entry fees. By the start of the race, athletes will have spent a lot of money. So if we look, we see that by the start of the race is the blue, and before that we have the pink, and that is the future perfect. It shows that an action or an event will be completed before another event. Racers need to constantly replenish the energy they are expending. So at the end of the day, racers will have consumed 6,000 calories. In other words, before the day ends, the racers will have consumed 6,000 calories. The consuming of the calories happens before the end of the day. Thus, we use the future perfect. To form the future perfect, we use the helping verb will or won't if it's negative, have, and the past participle. The yellow is the helping verb will, the gray is have, and the red is the past participle. Contestants will have fulfilled a dream. Some racers won't have finished the course. They will have endured dehydration. Use the future perfect progressive to talk about an action that will be in progress at a certain time in the future. By her first Ironman race, she will have been running for 3 years. So before the Ironman race, she was running, and she will continue to run. She began running before entering the race. She continues running and will probably continue running after the race. The future perfect progressive. The action may start sometime in the future, or it may have already started. By the time the team begins paddling, they will have been trekking for 18 hours straight. Both of these actions take place in the future, but we're using the perfect progressive because that's an action that is taking place. It has a duration of time for 18 hours, and it is beginning before the paddling. To form the future perfect progressive, we use the helping verb will or won't, which is in the yellow, have, gray, been, green, and then the progressive form, ing. She will have been running for 3 years. Some racers won't have been training very long. Riders will have been eating all day. Remember that if we use the future perfect or the future perfect progressive, in a complex sentence, the dependent clause must be in the simple present. When the race starts, that's our dependence clause, millions of spectators will have lined up. First, millions of spectators line up, then the race starts. The simple present is always used in the dependent clause. Remember that we studied this in class, and we learned the song, "She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain," to illustrate this example. Remember, the song goes like this. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. So whenever we have a dependent clause in the future, it is in the simple present. We often use already and yet with the future perfect to emphasize which event will happen first. When he starts this race, he will have already run 3 marathons. By the time deadline, some contestants won't have finished the race yet. Remember, by the time is a key word for the perfect tenses, the past or the future perfect. The end.